Galactic Council burns human diplomat Alivtha. Galactic Council Hall was silent, a silence so deep that even powerful alien leaders felt uneasy. The hall was massive, floating lights filled the air, strange alien symbols glowed on the walls. Hundreds of races were present, each one watching the center platform. On that platform stood a single human. His name was Ambassador Elias Kane. He wore a simple black uniform, no armor, no weapons, only a small human badge on his chest. Compared to the tall and monstrous aliens around him, he looked weak, too small, too fragile. The council speaker, a massive reptilian being, leaned forward. Its voice echoed across the hall. "Human, you are accused of spreading chaos, fear, and rebellion across the galaxy." Elias Kane stood straight. His hands were behind his back, his face calm, his eyes steady. He spoke in a clear and calm voice. "Humanity came here in peace. We followed every law you gave us. We respected every border you set." Murmurs spread through the hall. Some alien leaders laughed, others watched with cold interest. The speaker raised one claw. Silence returned. "Peace is irrelevant," the speaker said. "Humans are emotional, unpredictable, and dangerous. You will be an example." Elias felt the shift. This was never a trial. This was a decision already made. Energy chains wrapped around his body, lifting him off the platform. Still, he did not scream. He did not beg. A smaller alien whispered, "Admit guilt, human, and your death will be quick." Elias looked at the council members, at the beings who believed they ruled the galaxy. "I will not lie," he said, "and I will not kneel." The council speaker's eyes glowed. "So be it." The execution weapon activated. A burning energy flame, not fire, but something far worse, designed to erase flesh and soul. As the flame surrounded him, Elias Kane spoke one final time. "Humanity will remember this." The energy fire ignited. His scream lasted only seconds. Then there was nothing left. The hall fell silent again. Some aliens turned away. Others watched without emotion. A few even smiled. The council speaker addressed the room. "Let this be a lesson. Humans are not equals." Laughter echoed through the chamber. The leaders believed the matter was finished. They were wrong. Far away, across deep space, a human listening station received a transmission. A young officer stared at the screen, his hands shaking. The execution footage played on repeat. Around him, others gathered. No one spoke. No one moved. The officer swallowed hard and whispered, "They burned our diplomat alive." The room remained silent, but something changed in that moment. Not anger, not fear. Something colder, something older. Across Earth and human colonies, hidden systems activated. Ancient protocols woke from sleep. Humanity did not scream. Humanity did not beg. Humanity prepared, and the galaxy had no idea what it had just started. The galaxy expected noise. After the execution of the human diplomat, most alien races waited for anger, for threats, for desperate human messages. But none came. Days passed, then weeks. Human space was silent. Galactic news networks mocked the humans. They called them cowards. They said humans finally learned their place. "The humans will do nothing," one alien analyst said. "They are weak and divided." The Galactic Council agreed. They believed fear had done its job. On Earth, the truth was very different. In a deep underground chamber, far below oceans and cities, human leaders gathered. There were no cameras, no speeches, no shouting. Men and women from different nations stood together. Military commanders, scientists, AI overseers. In the center of the room, the image of Elias Kane burned in silence. No one looked away. Finally, a gray-haired admiral spoke, his voice calm, almost emotionless. They crossed the final line. No one argued. A young general asked quietly, "Do we respond?" The admiral nodded once. "Yes." He paused, then said the words that changed everything. "Activate protocol ashes." The room did not react, but deep beneath the floor, ancient systems awakened. Across the solar system, hidden shipyards unlocked. Asteroids, once thought empty, opened like doors, revealing massive warships, ships never shown to the galaxy. On Mars, on Titan, in deep space stations, human AI core powered on, cold, logical, patient. These were not weapons of rage, they were weapons of preparation. In human space, there were no celebrations, no public announcements. Citizens went on with their lives, but every screen carried one quiet message: remain calm, trust humanity. In alien space, something felt wrong. a small border species reported strange readings. Human ships moving without signals, without lights. An alien scout followed one of them, barely visible against the stars. The scout captain whispered, "That ship is not running combat power." His crew checked again. The readings were impossible. The human ship was fully armed, fully shielded, yet completely silent. Across the galaxy, more reports arrived. Human fleets moving, not toward borders, but into deep space. The Galactic Council dismissed the warnings. "They are retreating." One council member laughed. "They are hiding." But an older alien commander felt fear, a deep instinct he could not ignore. "Predators do not run silently," he said. "They prepare." Back on Earth, the admiral stood alone, watching fleet movements on a massive display. Thousands of ships, perfectly aligned, waiting. An officer approached him. "Sir, the galaxy still believes we are afraid." The admiral allowed himself a small, cold smile. "Good," he said. "Let them." He looked once more at the image of Elias Kane. They wanted an example. They will get one. Across the stars, humanity remained silent, but silence was never weakness. It was the sound of a storm gathering, and soon, the galaxy would hear it. The message reached the Galactic Council without warning. No fleet arrived, no weapons fired, no threats spoken aloud, just a single transmission. Clear, short, impossible to block. Every screen in the council hall turned dark. Then white human text appeared. "Return our dead, or face judgment." The hall erupted in noise. Alien leaders shouted. Some laughed, others showed anger. A threat, one council member mocked. From a species that hides in silence, the council speaker rose slowly, its eyes glowing with confidence. "Humans have no authority here," it said. "They will receive no response." The transmission was ignored. Across the galaxy, human fleets did not move toward the council world. Instead, one single human ship changed direction. It was not large, not impressive, bare metal and sharp lines. It entered the border system of a powerful alien race loyal to the council. The system was heavily defended. Orbital weapons, planetary shields, thousands of fighter drones. Alien commanders watched with amusement. One ship, that is all they send. The human ship did not slow down. It did not broadcast. It did not threaten. As it crossed the system boundary, alien weapons locked on. "Fire," the alien commander ordered. Nothing happened. Weapons failed to respond. Targeting systems froze. Energy cores dropped to standby. Panic spread through the command center. "What is happening? Why are our systems offline?" The human ship continued forward, silent, untouched. It released no missiles, fired no beams. Instead, a wave passed through the system, invisible, precise. Every defense platform shut down. Every warship lost power. Every weapon went dark. The planet below remained untouched. Cities still glowing, civilian traffic still moving. The human ship stopped above the planet. A message played across alien channels. "This is a warning. No civilians harmed, no cities damaged. Return the body of our diplomat." The alien leaders were silent. They had prepared for invasion, for destruction, not for control. Reports flooded in from across the system. Every military asset disabled. Every defense neutralized. An alien general whispered, "They could have killed us." "Yes," another replied, "but they chose not to." The human ship turned away, leaving the system exactly as it was, except powerless. The news spread fast. Across neutral worlds, across council-controlled space, whispers replaced laughter. They did this with one ship. They shut down an entire system. The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. Fear was now visible, hidden behind anger. "They violated our space," one member shouted. The older commander spoke again, his voice low, serious. "That was not an attack. That was restraint." On Earth, human leaders watched the reports. No celebration followed, no cheers, only confirmation. The admiral nodded slowly. "They received the warning," he said. "If they are wise, they will listen." He looked at the star map, where countless human fleets waited. This was Mercy, far away, in the council hall. The execution footage of Elias Kane replayed again. This time, no one laughed, because the galaxy had finally understood one thing. Humans were not weak. They had simply been holding back, and the warning was only the beginning. The Galactic Council did not return the body. They argued, they delayed, they believed fear would still protect them. That mistake sealed their fate across deep space. Human fleets received a single command: proceed. No speeches followed. No dramatic signals. Human warships moved as one. From hidden shipyards, from dark nebula bases, from silent deep space stations, they emerged. Thousands of ships. Then tens of thousands. Alien sensors struggled to understand what they saw. These were not crude vessels. They were clean, sharp, built for purpose. Human fleets crossed borders without slowing. Council defense lines activated. Massive weapons charged. Entire systems prepared for war. The first alien fleet engaged. They fired everything they had. Plasma beams, gravity weapons, reality-twisting energy blasts. Human shields adapted instantly. Weapons passed through them, bent around them, or simply vanished. Human ships returned fire. Not wildly, not in rage, with precision. Alien warships shut down mid-attack. Their systems burned out from inside. Their crews left alive, floating powerless in space. One alien commander screamed, "They are breaking every rule of war." Another replied in fear. No, they wrote new ones, across council space. World after world fell, not destroyed, not burned, disarmed. Military stations collapsed. Command centers went dark. Defense fleets vanished from scanners. Civilian worlds were untouched. Alien citizens watched human fleets pass overhead. Silent, controlled, fear spread faster than any weapon. They could end us, but they are choosing not to. That truth terrified the galaxy. A powerful council race attempted a final stand. Their capital system armed with ancient weapons. Human fleets surrounded the star. A message played. "Stand down, this is not your war." The council refused. The battle lasted 6 minutes. 6 minutes later, their entire military was gone, not destroyed, disabled beyond repair. The Galactic Council world watched in horror. They realized something far worse than defeat. They were no longer in control. In the council hall, panic replaced arrogance. Members shouted, blamed each other, demanded emergency powers. The speaker tried to restore order, but the room shook. A massive human fleet appeared outside their world, blocking the stars. For the first time in history, the council felt small. A human transmission filled the hall. This could have ended differently. You chose fire. The execution footage of Elias Kane appeared, played once, slow, clear. Every scream echoed. Then the human voice returned. "We are here for justice, not revenge." Outside, human ships powered weapons, the same type of energy used to kill the Diplomat. Now understood, now controlled. The council realized the truth. Humanity had studied their cruelty, learned from it, and surpassed it, across the galaxy. All eyes turned toward the council world, waiting, because the moment had come. Humanity had unleashed its full might, and the galaxy would never be the same again. The Galactic Council world was surrounded. Human fleets filled the sky, blocking every escape path, every star lane. The council members watched from their chamber, their once proud faces now pale, their voices shaking. They expected fire, they expected pain, they expected the same death they had given. But nothing happened. Minutes passed, then hours. The human fleets remained still, silent, watching. Inside the council hall, fear grew heavy. One council member whispered, "Why are they waiting?" Another answered softly, "Because they are deciding." Finally, a human transmission filled the chamber. Not loud, not angry, calm. "We are entering." Human soldiers arrived, not in chaos, but in perfect order. Their armor was simple, their movements controlled, their weapons lowered. They did not attack civilians. They did not shout. They walked straight into the heart of power. The council speaker tried to speak, tried to command, but no one listened anymore. A human officer stepped forward, his voice steady. "You burned a Diplomat alive. You called it justice." The execution footage played again, every detail clear, impossible to deny. Some council members turned away. Others closed their eyes. The officer continued, "You thought humans would answer with rage. You were wrong." The council speaker hissed, "Then kill us. Do what we did." The room fell silent. The human officer shook his head. "No," he said, "that is not who we are." Shock spread through the chamber. The humans did not raise weapons. They raised restraints. Council members were arrested, one by one, without pain, without cruelty. "You will stand trial, in front of the galaxy." The speaker laughed weakly. "You think mercy makes you strong?" The human replied, "No, control does." Across the galaxy, every major world received the same broadcast. The fall of the Galactic Council, not through destruction, but exposure. Human representatives spoke clearly. "We did not come to rule. We came to correct." A new trial was announced. Open, transparent, victims from many species stepped forward. Stories of council cruelty surfaced. Hidden crimes revealed. The galaxy watched, stunned. The council was not just cruel to humans, they were cruel to everyone. That truth changed everything. On Earth, a memorial was prepared for Ilias Kane, not a symbol of anger, but of resolve. The Admiral stood before the human leaders. They wanted fear, he said. They created unity. He looked toward the stars. Today, humanity chose justice, back on the council world. The speaker was led away. No chains of fire, no screaming crowds, only silence. For the first time, the galaxy understood. Humans did not need revenge, because justice was far more powerful, and this choice would shape the future of all species. The galaxy changed quietly. There was no final explosion, no burning worlds, only truth. The Galactic Council was gone, its symbols removed, its power erased. In its place, a new assembly formed, not ruled by fear, not controlled by one species, but guided by rules. Human representatives did not sit on a throne. They stood among others, equal. That surprised the galaxy. Many races expected humans to take control, to rule with strength, but humans refused. We did not fight to replace tyrants. We fought to end them. Across former council space, military forces were rebuilt, under new laws, no secret weapons, no hidden executions, every decision recorded, every voice heard. Smaller species felt safe for the first time. Human fleets remained present, not as conquerors, but as guardians. They watched borders, protected trade routes, stopped piracy and abuse. Alien children grew up seeing human ships in the sky, and they did not feel fear. They felt relief. On Earth, a memorial stood under an open sky. The name Ilias Kane carved in stone. Simple, clear, diplomat, peacekeeper, human. People from many worlds visited, leaving symbols of respect, not just for him, but for what he represented, a choice. The Admiral stood before new human diplomats, young men and women, ready to face the galaxy. "Remember this," he said. "Strength is not shown by cruelty, it is shown by restraint." The diplomats nodded. They understood the cost, far beyond Earth. Old enemies spoke quietly now. They remembered the silence before the storm. They remembered the warning, and they remembered the mercy. One alien historian recorded the final truth. Humanity was never weak. They were patient, while others ruled with fear. Humans prepared with care. They learned every rule, then showed the galaxy what true power looked like. The stars felt different, not safer because war was impossible, but safer because justice existed. Human ships continued to travel the galaxy, not to dominate, but to connect. Trade grew, cultures mixed, old wounds slowly healed, and whenever a race thought about using cruelty as power, they remembered one moment. A diplomat burned alive, and what followed, because the galaxy learned a lesson written in silence. Never mistake patience for weakness, never mistake kindness for fear, and never forget, humanity does not seek war, but when justice is denied, humanity answers, together.